Happy Saturday, Connect family, and welcome to another episode of the Connect Network TV. I'm your host, Sandy Gland. Stitches has the day off, but I have my incredible co-host, Wendy Morales, who, by the way, we have to mention she just celebrated her birthday this past weekend. So happy belated birthday, Wendy. How did you celebrate?
Thank you so much, Sandy. Well, I celebrated really big. I was so lucky. Yeah, my husband surprised me with a trip to Paris, France.
That is amazing. Have you been there before?
It was my first time, and it was a total dream trip. It was wonderful. He was supposed to go with me. Something came up, a commitment we couldn't get out of. So he said, you know what? Why doesn't your sister go with you? She's your best friend. So it was perfect. It was definitely one for the books and unforgettable. So it was pretty incredible.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I love it. You guys go check out her Instagram. Definitely all the Paris pictures. I love it. Well, today we are diving right into hot topics with our Influencer Unlocked. Starting with the ongoing controversy, you have all seen it, you have all heard about it, surrounding none other than Diddy. It seems like the news just doesn't want to stop, does it? It's shocking to see how quickly things have unraveled for him. The allegations and conversations around his lifestyle are raising a lot of eyebrows and a lot of questions. But what does it really say about celebrity culture?
You know, and it's also making us reflect on broader issues like sexual health and awareness education for men, women, and everyone else. So, Sandy, what do you think was going on in Diddy's head amid all of this? I mean, you know, it's easy to speculate, but there's a lot beneath the surface.
Okay, I don't know what was going on in that man's head because it just seems like it's never ending. I don't even think I want to know about what's going on in that man's head because with all the things surfacing and all these allegations, and it just keeps getting deeper and deeper, and it's not looking good for him.
No, I agree 1,000%. And that's all I see on my feeds everywhere now. And I mean, everything, like you said, that's surfacing, you know, all the videos, it's just unbelievable. And I really would love to see what is the real truth behind all of this.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Well, according to the CDC, nearly 20 million new STDs are diagnosed every year in the US. That is a huge number. And when you look at celebrities who engage in that risky behavior, it's hard not to wonder about the consequences, right? And it seems like the way society views sexuality, that plays a huge role in this. Diddy has faced backlash for not openly addressing his sexual orientation. Allegedly, there are hundreds of videos he filmed secretly with men and women, and apparently some underage. So this is like a massive, massive controversy. And not to mention the whole Justin Bieber conversations are coming back around regarding allegations of sexual assaults with him and Usher when they were both underage. So do you see a slew of Hollywood celebs? Who do you think like these Hollywood celebs are going to be next?
I don't know. I mean, just like you, I don't know if I want to know. It's already, you know, all the ones that have already been mentioned. It's just really sad. I mean, it's terrible. Like, I do want to know the truth behind this because it's just too much at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I feel like I'm kind of like caught in the middle of how far I want to go, because I feel like I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. Like I'm like, I believe it. I believe all of it. But then I'm like, how deep do I want to go in actually finding out what's real and what's not? So I feel like, you know, part of me is just better not knowing because I think it gets really dark and deep. So, Wendy, how can we encourage more open discussions about sexuality among men, especially in marginalized communities that just don't want to hear it or discuss it or even acknowledge it, because there is a lot of that going on?
You know, Sandy, I think the way to go about it, or at least how I would go about it, is to begin by creating a community to those that, because I feel like it's going to have to start really small and then grow. And then we can be open to those conversations and take it from there as a group. And, it's so stigmatized that I think it's just the way that I would think is the best way to go about it. Make them feel that, you're a safe space first. So that's how you create that community. And then from there, grow that community. And that's the way to go, I think.
Yeah, well, that's such a great point. And I love that we are diving deeper into this conversation, because coming up next, we have a fantastic organization joining us after the break. It is Ashwell, to dive deeper into sexual health awareness. They're doing amazing work to educate and empower individuals about sexual health. Stay close, don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Ready to bring your brand to television? Listen, it is possible, and it's possible without pitching to all of the different networks across the country, across the world, and begging for a seat at their table. Listen, come check us out on The Connect Show. We broadcast on the CW network every single week, reaching more than 2 million households. And what we do is help you build and promote and market your brand in front of an audience that actually has a pocketbook. They actually want to spend money and better themselves, better their strategies, their systems. We focus on women in business and female entrepreneurs. So if you are building a brand that you know has the potential to be so much bigger, or if you're prepared and ready to scale, join us today. You can register to be a guest at theconnectonline.com.
I'm Jessica Cherry, founder of the award-winning blog Life of a Cherry Wife. If you're looking to follow for mom and lifestyle content, fashion, Latina life, and good vibes, this is the place for you. Head over to www.lifeofacherrywife.com for the latest in these areas. Follow me on social at Life of a Cherry Wife.
Hi everyone, I'm Princess Sarah Culberson, and I'm committed to empowering women to really take on their dreams. You can learn more about me at I Am Princess Sarah on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and you are watching Connect Network TV.
Hi, everybody. I'm Fern Malice. I was the creator of New York Fashion Week, and now I have a consulting business. And I'm also the author of Fashion Icons by Fern Malice. And I have books 1 and 2, which are fabulous, full of great interviews. You can buy the book set at Nordstrom, or buy the books independently at Amazon or other great booksellers. You can follow me on Instagram and find out more about my events and everything I'm doing. It's at Fern Malice. And I'm happy to be here on the Connect Network TV.
%of businesses fail in the first 5 years. It is sad. And one of the number one reasons is because of the lack of capital. Hi, winners. My name is Terry Kauser, and I'm a credit expert, and I specialize in helping entrepreneurs and investors leverage their personal and business credit to get $100,000 and more in funding super fast. I can't wait to share with you on The Connect Show.
Hi, I'm Jess DeFeo, and I am a social media coach for women entrepreneurs who know they are on a mission to change the world with their business, but are struggling with how to market themselves authentically to their ideal client on social media. I can help you go from overwhelmed and confused on what to post to creating effective and impactful content that converts your followers into customers. Head to my website to grab your free course, Instagram 101 for Business, and learn the strategies I use to grow my business in just 6 months.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn Sudano, and you can catch me on Cruel Summer on Freeform, Hulu, and Amazon worldwide. You are watching the Connect Network TV.
Welcome back to the Connect Network TV. We have an incredible executive director joining us today, Cy Herrera from Ashwell. We're excited to dive into some important topics regarding health and wellness. Cy, welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be here with y'all.
Well, I am so excited to dive in and talk about some history and some great information. But before we do, I just wanted to get some feedback from you on all this Diddy talk. What are your thoughts there?
Great. Yeah. Thanks for asking. I mean, I think that when I, hear the news coming through, we've heard it many times in many different situations as y'all were talking about. First, knowing that, of course, where our hearts go out to anyone that was victimized in any of this. And also just, the first thing that I think of when I think about all of this is about consent, and just making sure that everybody understands what consent is, what it looks like, what it should feel like, right? And so everyone involved in this controversy, my heart goes out to anybody that was victimized, and that is a survivor of this. And I just want to say a consent is always an enthusiastic yes, right? It's always when everybody involved is wanting to be involved and with an enthusiasm for every part of any act, and that they feel able and comfortable to stop it at any time. So when we think about the news coming down and, what really happened and what does it all mean, I think we should always be thinking first, was there consent to any of these parties? And who is being most impacted. And I'm proud to say that we do a lot of work that can help folks who have been in those situations.
Yeah, that's really, really important to touch on. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you also mentioned a little bit about anti-stigma work. And, I often say that Ashwell is an organization against stigma. It's so important because if we don't break down the stigmas that are related to sexuality, to HIV, really to so many of the parts of who we are, really people cannot act in a liberated way. They cannot be who they are. They cannot be free and open and experience life in the way that they deserve. So we have a really vibrant community, an LGBTQ plus community here in Austin, Texas. And I really just agree that community is absolutely key. And we're proud to help build on that community here at Ashwell.
Well, speaking of that, I would love to talk about a little bit of the history of the organization. So in 1983, the first case of HIV was diagnosed in Austin, Texas, 2 years after the first case in the US. In 1988, the Austin Immune Health Clinic was established by a group of individuals living with AIDS. In 1991, the Austin Immune Health Clinic changes its name to HIV Wellness Center. And then we have in 2018, the Right House becomes Ashwell, what you are today, standing for Austin Sexual Health and Wellness. The Ashwell Red River Saint Clinic opens to the public. And by 2019, Ashwell started offering 100% premium assistance to their patients. So incredible. So the way you are serving others, how did you get involved?
I got involved because I was working for another local nonprofit, HIV serving nonprofit called Project Transitions. I led a $3.5 million campaign to build housing for people living with HIV right here in Central Texas. And we built 101 units with that organization. And because we all work so closely together, it's really a tight-knit kind of little community and family. I knew all about Ashwell. We worked together and it was exciting to see what they were doing. And I was invited to come on board and I was enthusiastic to join.
That's so wonderful, Cy. Thank you. Thank you very much. And What are some of the most effective strategies you've seen in promoting HIV prevention in the community?
Well, if y'all don't know, Ashwell is your local homegrown, holistic, kink-friendly, pleasure-positive sexual health and wellness center. And I say all of that because I want folks to know that we center queer and transgender people of color first. And we're working to end the HIV and Hep C epidemics here in Central Texas. And so when we talk about prevention, it really is related to the conversation y'all were having around anti-stigmatization, right? Because if you can't talk about it, how are we going to help, right? So it's exciting to be part of a nonprofit who really pushes the envelope, right? So we're not your local, like health department or other folks who have lots of regulations. It's exciting to be part of a nonprofit where we can represent queer folks, trans folks. We can represent people of color, loving other people of the same gender, of all the genders. And you can see that all through our, promotional work. We think art is really important and speaks to people directly and lets them know that this is where you belong and here are your people and come be with us, right? So for me, prevention is all about something you talked about a little bit, building community and helping people understand that this is where they belong, creating that sense of belonging. And the only way that I have seen that works is when you not only, tolerate or welcome all people, but rather you celebrate them, you celebrate their sexuality, you celebrate them for their kink, you celebrate them for all that they are and all that they do. And when people see themselves, it changes something, right? It changes a little something in their head, says, oh, I don't have to be afraid to be here. So many of the folks that we serve, unfortunately, have been traumatized in the healthcare setting that we have, here in Austin, here in the United States. Unfortunately, there's lots of stigma around HIV, around Hep C, around sexuality, around drug use, around all of the things that really keep people from accessing the care that they deserve. So in Ashwell, we really try to think of creative ways. I love that I'm surrounded by creatives because it's really folks who are thinking, what else can we do? What else have people not done? What can we do to really push the envelope and let people know that they belong here, they won't be judged, and that they'll get the care that they deserve?
Well, it really sounds like such a comprehensive approach. And speaking of holistic care, can you explain how Ashwell integrates holistic practices into its services?
Yes, excited to. So when we were founded way back in 1988, we were founded both by people living with HIV/AIDS as well as people who were holistic healers. So this is something that has been in our DNA from the very beginning. The reason it was so important then is because there were no medical interventions back then. Getting an AIDS diagnosis was like getting a death sentence, and it was a very scary time where people were passing left and right. And the folks who founded this organization decided that they were just going to show up and do whatever they could do to comfort people and bring them some sense of just community and bring them a little bit of sense of just relief. And so holistic services that we still offer today, like acupuncture here in our clinic once a week for free to our patient members, is something that is special because it really addresses those other things that are outside of the medical care, right? So you might get a prescription now for HIV, and you can regulate that and you can live a long, healthy, happy life, right? But you might also experience inflammation or stress and anxiety or a lot of other things that really keep you from staying in care and taking that daily pill. And so our holistic care is really important because it makes people feel like, first of all, they're worthy of something like that. In a lot of places, that's not something that's offered, but it also makes people feel that they have some other forms of healing, which is really important so that people can both enter into the care because of stuff like that, because of services and offerings like that, but also they stay in care because they feel like, they have what they need in order to continue on.
So that's so wonderful. And I also know that you have an exciting annual fundraiser called the Hoedown. So tell us a little bit more about this event and how it supports Ashwell's mission.
Well, I always say it, we're the funnest nonprofit in town. If y'all don't know, you got to know. And so the Hoedown is Ashwell's annual country queer, gender bending backyard barbecue extravaganza. 100% of the proceeds are going to fund our life-saving care for Central Texans here in Austin, all the way down through San Antonio, who are living with HIV, who are impacted by HIV and hepatitis C. We actually take the money that we raise. Our goal is $80,000 this year, and we put it directly in a fund that we call the Care for All Fund. I I noticed when I came on as executive director that there would be just these little costs, right? There would be like, oh, this person wants to come, but they just can't afford to get here. Or, this person just needs a little help with their phone bill. Like, we can't communicate with them. And I thought, you know what? This community is so generous. And I bet you there are people out there who would give to a fund and help us just kind of cover the gap, right? Just to mind that gap and help people just, make their co-pays or do whatever they need to do to stay in care. So the hoedown is going to be super fun. We're going to have drag performances. We're going to have a mechanical bull. We're going to have games. It's just going to be so much fun. And on top of that, you'll know that every dollar that you donate, even with your tickets, is going directly to folks for emergency financial assistance right here in Central Texas.
Well, Cy, that sounds like such a great event. Thank you so much for sharing all this valuable information with us today. We appreciate the work Ashwell's doing to enhance community health and wellness. How can people find you and keep up with you and Ashwell?
Great question. Yes. So the event is going to be November 1st at Distribution Hall. And if you want your tickets or if you want to just follow along in our really fun Instagram posts, you can find us on all the socials at Ashwell ATX. That's ASHWELL-ATX. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're on LinkedIn. So you can always find us, and our Instagram page is just fun. So I would suggest everyone go ahead and follow us.
Cy, thanks one more time for all the incredible work that you are doing for our community. And to our Connect family, don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this commercial break.
You're watching the Connect Network TV on the CW.
Let me guess, life has got you down. But you are ready to get on the path to creating positive and forward momentum and being empowered. A tragedy gave birth to this powerhouse entrepreneur, and now she leads women everywhere. Meet Coach G. She is trained, certified, and leading the way for women. Text the Connect Show to 832-844-6940 for your free discovery call and join our free subscription today.
Hey, beautiful people, it's Major Mr. This is why I love you. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.
I'm AJ Aquia Johnson, and I help people rock their better. I help people connect with their happy. And you're watching Connect Network TV.
Hi, I'm Dondre Whitfield, and go check out my book, Male vs. Man. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.
Ready to launch your podcast? The Connect Network TV turns your vision into reality. From concept to completion, we handle it all. Professional audio, captivating cover art, and seamless production using cutting-edge technology. Our experts ensure your podcast shines across every major platform like iHeart, iTunes, Apple, Amazon, and more, connecting you with your audience like never before. Join successful brands who've trusted us to bring their podcasts to life. Visit theconnectonline.com today. Your podcast journey begins now.
Hi, I'm Essence Atkins, and you can find me on Instagram or Twitter at Essence Says. The handle is the same on both, and you are watching the Connect Network TV.
guys, I'm Diddy J. I'm a pop singer and a fashion designer. You can follow my page on Instagram, Diddy J Official, DIDIJ Official. Also, I'm there on TikTok doing my Get Ready With Me videos all the time. So if you want to follow that page too, you are watching the Connect Network TV.
Give me that faith. Give me that fashion. 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 Give me that faith. Give me that fashion.
Welcome to the house of faith and fashion.
If you are ready to keep your hair, scalp, skin, and lips hydrated this season, our vegan and gluten-free all-purpose moisturizers are just for you. Carefully formulated with fine ingredients to purify and nourish the skin and scalp at the same time without harsh chemicals. Shop It's Made For Me today. The end result will be strong, healthy hair and smoother, softer, clearer skin.
I'm Kate McGuire, the founder of Converted Closet on Instagram. And if you like original clothes and would like to get the most out of your wardrobe, follow me for inspiration on Instagram and I'll show you how. You'll never look back. You're watching the Connect Network TV.
Welcome back, Connect family. And well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us as we dove into some important topics and insightful conversations. A big thank you to our guest today, Cy from Ashwell. Be sure to follow them on Instagram at AshwellATX and connect with them on LinkedIn at Ashwell to stay updated on their amazing and incredible work.
That's right. Tap into our IG and connect with us to share more at the Connect Network TV. In the meantime, you can keep up with me at Sandy Glant, that's Sandi Glant, or at Slay Your Day Official. And Wendy, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Gone With The Wendy. And to all our viewers today, I just want to say be safe. And make sure you tell somebody that you love them today and every day.
That's right.